Hello students, now I am going to deal with the third and the last part of the chapter called New Trends in Auditing. The last part of this chapter is tax auditing. Tax audit. The term tax audit refers to audit of income and expenses or specific claims of deduction or exemptions for the purpose of assessment of income tax. The Income Tax Act 1961 contains various provisions for tax audit. So tax audit is a specific requirement under the Income Tax Act. Tax audit is required in addition to financial audit, which does not fulfill the specific need of tax authority. The audited financial statements are general purpose financial statements which may be used by the owners or shareholders and other interested parties for understanding the true results of operations and of the state of affairs of the enterprise. But from these detailed information necessary for specific purposes are not available. The accounting profit reported by the financial auditor as true and fair is not the taxable amount of profit. This is the gist of this tax audit. All revenue expenses charged in the statement of PL may not be fully allowable as deductible expenses as per the tax laws. Yes, it is the correct point that all revenue expenses charged in statement of PL may not be fully allowable or as deductible expenses as per the tax laws. Again, a part of capital expenditure or a part of profit earned is deductible in certain cases. In fact, there are various provisions in the Income Tax Act having a bearing on the determinations of taxable amount of profit. All these provisions need application in the basis of genuine information, for which the audit from taxation angle becomes necessary. Tax audit and the tax auditor's report help the tax authority in the correct assessment of income tax. Now the question arises, who can conduct a tax audit? The Section 44 AB of Income Tax Act 1961 states the regulations for the tax audit of a firm or entity. The tax audit is conducted to ensure that the taxpayer has provided complete and true information regarding his income, deductions and taxes. This is to be conducted by chartered accountant. The entity has to be maintain proper books of account that are to be audited by the chartered accountant. The books of account should comply with the rules and regulations of the Income Tax Act 1961. Next question arises that who is not required to get tax audit done? Following persons are not required to get the tax audit done. Who are they? Any SSE who derive income from section 44 subsection B. It contains, according to section 44 AB, it is any SSE who derive the income from section 44B. So these are these SSC are not allowed to give the tax audit could be done. Okay, so this is the form of a thing which should be followed by every tax auditor, that the any SSC who is deriving income from section 44B are not required to get tax audit done. Next is any SSC who derive income from section 44BBA are also not required to get the tax audit done. Where any SSC get their books of account audited by other laws, they are not required to get another tax audit done under section 44AB. Particular a tax report is to be prepared in either from 3CA or from 3CB or from 3CD. Next is, what is the aim of tax audit? What is the aim of the tax audit? The major objective of conducting the tax audits are: first is proper maintenance of books of account without fraud activities and certifications of the same by an auditor. Okay. Next is for reporting discrepancies that are noted by the proper examinations of books of accounts. Next is for reporting various information such as tax depreciation, compliance with the provisions of income tax laws and so on. Computation of tax and deduction becomes easy with the auditing. The major role is to verify the information filled in the income tax return regarding the income tax and deductions by the taxpayer. So these are the aims of tax audit. That's why the tax audit should be done. Now these are the information which you are not able to get some in any other books also. These are the some rare information which I have collected from various other sources. So this could be asked in the examination as well. Now I am moving towards the this frequently asked question. Frequently asked question, there is a first question which can be asked under tax audit chapter, that is, what provision is stated in section 44AB? The answer for this is, thus this section states that taxpayers have to conduct an audit of their business or profession to furnish audit report for the purpose of taxation. Next is who conducts tax audit. Tax audit is done by a practicing chartered accountant or relevant authority. Then what is the penalty charges for non-compliance of section 44AB? For non-compliance of section 44AB, you will be charged a penalty of 0.5% for total sales or turnover or gross receipts or rupees 1.5 lakh, whichever is less. So these are the things which should be taken into the consideration. Now if I will talk about what is the procedure for appointment of tax auditor, how the tax auditor is going to be appointed. So you just note I am speaking upon the proprietor of sole proprietorship business, the person carrying on profession, a partner of a firm, the board of director of a company, the management authority or any other entity or a person duly authorized for the purpose, as the case may be, can appoint the tax auditor and fix his remuneration. In the case of a company, the statutory auditor, any other practicing chartered accountant or a firm of chartered accountants may be appointed for conducting tax audit. As per the notification number 1A 7/3/88 dated 13 January 1989 of the Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the acceptance of more than 30 compulsory tax audit assignment under section 44AB by a chartered accountant during a financial year would amount to professional misconduct, where the accounts of an SSC other than a company is subject to statutory audit under any law, and a person other than a chartered accountant is entitled to conduct a statutory audit. As in the case of cooperative society, such statutory auditor can also conduct compulsory tax audit under section 44AB. So this is the appointment of tax auditor. Now if I talk about the qualification for appointment of tax auditor, what are the qualification of appointment of tax auditor? Then according to the provision of section 44AB, the tax audit report should be given by an accountant, and an accountant for the purpose of section 44AB will mean a chartered accountant within the meaning of the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, and includes a person who is eligible to be appointed as an auditor of a limited company under section 226 subsection 2. As per the provisions to the section 44AB, in case of SSC, for example a cooperative society, whose accounts are allowed to be audited under any other law by a person other than a chartered accountant, the tax audit may also be conducted by a statutory auditor who may not be a chartered accountant. Further, a chartered accountant in practice who renders tax consultancy or internal audit services on a professional fee basis can also conduct tax audit. Now if I talk about the disqualification of tax auditor, there are three disqualifications. The first is an employee of the SSC or of a concern under the same management. It is the first disqualification. Second, a chartered accountant who has maintained the books of the SSC. Second disqualification. And third and the last disqualification of tax auditor is internal auditor if appointed after the December 2008. It should be taken into consideration. So these are the three disqualifications of tax auditor. So I have told you about several other kinds of things as far as the tax audit is been concerned. Most probably tax audit is not been asked in the examination. So but I have given you a kind of a glimpse of tax audit. So do listen this all carefully, make notes of it, and do subscribe my channel Manish Kumar on my important topics to get all the latest update as far as the BCom subject is been concerned. And if you need any kind of help regarding any of the topic which I have been taught, you just ask in the comment section. I will love to make video on that, or I will love to make separate video on that to clear your doubts. Okay, so till the time, stay healthy in this COVID-19 pandemic. Stay healthy. Read is the more important task for every individual, that you have to study, you have to read each and every kind of things. That's why I am preparing this video by writing on the form of notes, because speaking these kind of things, these kind of theory things will conduct some kind of an hustle and bustle. So while saying all the things in a written way, in the written way, you can also able to prepare a kind of a notes form. That's why I have opted this option, and hope you like this video, and do like and share, subscribe my channel Manish Kumar on my important topics to get all important lectures regarding BCom. Thank you.